These are wonderful snapshots in time. What was culturally happening in this time? Why did they choose to do certain photography, certain elements? What were the design trends? I think these things fascinate me a lot. Hi, my name is Pranay, and today I'll be sharing with you some album art and album covers. And I just want to talk to you about some design and cultural influences and just some concepts behind them, and just because I find them so interesting and fun as an art medium. The first one I want to begin with is this one's called The Man Machine, and the original German title is Die Mensch Maschine. So as you can see, at the surface level, if we start seeing this album, you'll see, of course, great use of red and black. You have this diagonal happening of these characters sort of rising up. You also have the typography on either side just boxing them into this wonderful composition. But now if we start looking at just why they're doing this and what this album means, right? So this album is from the late 70s by a German group called Kraftwerk. And what they're saying is that this music is created by robots. So they are saying that all of this music is not human. It is created by robots and we are robots. So they have that persona of robots, right? And those sort of themes then start telling you a lot about things like cyborgs and revolution. And if you can see, conceptually, this artwork is inspired heavily by Soviet-era photography, where you had all these people look into one direction. They have this deadpan kind of expression. They kind of have this feeling of loyalty to the motherland almost happening. And then put that against the contrast of post-war Germany and about robots rising and creating music, and it all suddenly starts to make sense. A big influence for them also was the movie Metropolis, which again talks about the cyborg and robots. I think you see some of those influences happening here. You have almost this minimalism of shapes and forms, and they're trying to convey through, again, just these classic red, white and black colors. You have again a very minimal artwork. It is again heavily inspired by an artist called L. Lissitzky, who is again from Soviet era times. And the typography is symbolic of that, the artwork is symbolic of that, and it ties in again really well with that whole theme. When you look at this piece of art, it feels contemporary, it still feels fresh, and I think there is something special happening that makes us relate to those feelings.